sister girl. I think let's do something about the direction that we're heading to. I actually really liked some of the curves that I had going on. I won't lie. I was like, my jeans look good. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lamar and I do videos every week on faith, lifestyle, purpose, and worship. So if this is your first time here, yay! I'm so glad that you stopped by. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, comment in the comment section, and look out for more videos that will be coming out every single week. Alright, today I'm going to be talking about something that I'm actually really excited to share with you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should be doing, I'm going to go ahead and put a link to my Instagram page in the description below, as well as put up my Instagram handle. But I'm so excited because on my Instagram page, I posted a picture today. And it's a picture of me 10 weeks ago before I worked out, and a picture of me today before I worked out. And I have been on this journey of healthy eating, healthy living, and also just trying to lose some weight, because I went on the scale at the beginning of quarantine, somewhere at the beginning of quarantine, and I was like, oh, sister girl. I think let's do something about the direction that we're heading to. And I still looked beautiful, and I actually really liked some of the curves that I had going on. I won't lie. I was like, my jeans look good, but at the same time, I just knew that if I kept eating the way that I was eating, if I kept just not really caring about my health, not caring about exercising, that I was heading in a direction that would be really hard for me to come back from. And so I decided to do something about it. And I want to share that journey with you guys. Honestly, I did not have like an actual plan. When I first started, I actually want to just appreciate one of my housemates, because she was running at the time. She would run every single day, and I decided to join her. And it was just a motivation, because she would go ahead and post every single day and say, oh, I did 4 miles today, oh, I did 3 miles. And I was like, hey, since I don't know where to start, let me go ahead and start with going with her to run. And really do want to appreciate her for just motivating me, as well as one of my best friends who for the longest time always encouraged me to go to the gym. All that to say that I am not the kind of person that found going to the gym and eating healthy and all these things a big deal. Honestly, in the past, if I felt like I was not too heavy, or I wasn't putting on any weight, I didn't really care about staying healthy and staying active. And I did do sports when I was younger, but that was because I enjoyed it, not really to stay healthy. Anyway, so today what I want to do is not necessarily go in depth into everything I did or everything that I've been eating along the way. If you follow me on Instagram, I just show a bit of that journey and the process. But I do want to share with you guys how I started. What are the things that motivated me to start? What are the things that have motivated me throughout the last 10 weeks? And I'm going to go ahead and put up a picture so that you can see some of the differences that I've made, or some of the differences that my body has made as I've been working out. And I will say that I'm not where I want to be yet. There's still, I want to lose some of my tummy, a bit more of my tummy, but I am definitely not where I used to be, and something is working. I will say that something is working. So I wanted to share with you guys 5 things that I have done over the last 10 weeks that have gotten me from where I was to where I'm at right now. And also, I'm hoping that these things will take me to the place that I want to get at. I'm not only trying to be a certain weight, I'm also, trying to kind of build muscle and, just get my body to tone up. And so yeah, that is my goal. Okay, so the first thing that I'd like to share with you guys is just start. That is the thing that I feel like a lot of us struggle with when we think about starting a health journey, or we think about working out. One of the biggest fears is, will I be consistent? Will I be able to keep on with this? And I think sometimes we complicate it a bit too much. We ask ourselves, will I be able to afford a gym? Will I be able to find workouts on YouTube or different sources that actually work for me? Will I be able to afford a trainer? And I think sometimes if you think about it too much, if you consider too many things, that will be the reason why you don't start a health journey. Or if your goal is to maybe lose some weight, that will be the reason why you don't start. All right, so the second thing that I would like to share with you guys that I feel like was really helpful for me is not to expect immediate results. So I remember weighing myself at the beginning of the 10 weeks, and honestly, I didn't weigh myself until about a month or so after I had started. And so I knew that if I, weighed myself every single day, or, just was so intent at looking at myself in the mirror and seeing if I'd lost any weight, I would become really frustrated. And so I focused on being consistent. Rather than focused on getting results, I focused on being consistent. Now, it is hard. I will admit that when I began to see, small results and small but significant changes, I began to pay a bit more attention to, is my tummy going down? Do my clothes fit again? But I had to kind of, remind myself that I'm on a journey. I'm not on a sprint. I'm not going to get there in 1 day, in 2 days, in 3 days, in a week, not even in a month. And so just kind of setting your mind up for the journey and not for immediate results is something that I had to tell myself. And that being said, I actually, the next time I weighed myself, I'd lost about, I think it was about 6 pounds. And so after that, I actually didn't weigh myself. That's about a month, so 4 weeks after I first started. And then after that, I didn't weigh myself until yesterday. So a whole 6 weeks later, that's the next time I weighed myself. Yes, I did look at myself every day in the mirror to see if there was any progress. And for a season, there was like a season that I wasn't seeing any progress. And so that was kind of discouraging to me. But I had to remind myself, this is a journey. You're not going to get there in a day. And so focus on being consistent. Focus on finding the energy to wake up every morning. Focus on the things that will motivate you. All right, so the third thing that I did was I found people that motivated me and information that motivated me. So guys, this literally has been my life over the last 10 weeks. I'd wake up in the morning, find the motivation from God knows where, because sometimes it was really, really hard. Honestly, there are days I was too tired to wake up and do it in the morning, and so I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do it in the evening. And so I would do that in the evening. But one of the things that motivated me is watching YouTube channels of people who are also on health, lifestyle journeys, or who have walked the journey before. And just, finding information in a way that is fun, and, watching YouTube channels of people who are not telling you, just feeding you all this information, but showing you how they're taking in this information and, including it and incorporating it in their lifestyle was very motivating for me. And so basically what I would do, I would wake up in the morning, go running or go to the gym, and then come back home and have breakfast while I watch a YouTube channel about health and lifestyle. And the two that have really, really helped me, one of them is Jeanine Amapola, and she is a YouTuber. She is a YouTuber that's based in California, and she talks about God, she talks about fitness, she talks about food, she talks about basically talks about all of life. But I just love the way she's incorporated fitness and healthy eating into her lifestyle. And so that really, really, really motivated me. She's actually the one that gave me the idea to do banana oatmeal banana oatmeal pancakes, because guys, I'm a sweet tooth completely, and one of the things that I struggled with was breakfast. I love having pastries and just yogurt and nice things for breakfast, and so that was something that was hard for me to give up. But then I discovered that I could make banana oatmeal pancakes, and I was like, hello. The second one that I've watched a lot is Love Sweat Fitness, and so she does, again, lifestyle fitness. Well, hers is more targeted towards healthy living and fitness and workouts, so that's been really good for me. So those are the two that I've watched. Literally would go running, come back home, while I have breakfast, I'm watching these channels and just honestly getting motivated for the next day, because after you've gone running and maybe you don't feel that there's a difference, you need something else that's going to motivate you. And so sometimes this was like my motivation even to go and run or go to the gym the next day. The other thing that I would advise is, once you've kind of gotten into a routine, look for as much information as you can get. And there's so much information online. What are some of the things that you should be eating? How much do you need to run? Just for as much information as you can, and see what works for you and see what you can incorporate into your lifestyle. All right, so the fourth thing that I'm going to talk about is, I think, one of the most important things when you're trying to become healthier, maybe trying to lose weight, whatever it is that you're trying to do when it comes to health and lifestyle. One of the most important things, guys, is for you to begin to eat healthy. Now, guys, this is a huge struggle for me, and so I've had to find ways around it, ways to still enjoy my food and eat healthy, because, guys, I'm a foodie. I love food. There's almost no food that I do not like. I will eat almost anything. I do have favorite foods, but I literally will eat almost anything. So for those of you who know me, you know that I love cake. Cake is big. Like, I could eat cake every single day of the week and just be the most happy person. And so I do know that how I started kind of, putting on the pounds bit by bit was I stopped caring about what I ate. So the culture here in America is very, let's go out to eat, let's go to lunch together, let's go, to dinner together. And especially when you're a single person and you don't have a family, you don't have, somebody to go home to and, cook for, it's very hard to be disciplined with not going out to eat all the time. And so that basically became my life. On top of that, a lot of the food that you eat out is cheap. It's not as expensive as compared to back home where I originally come from, or where I grew up. And so I began to struggle with how much I was eating out of the house during the week. And so let's say I eat out of the house 4 days in a week. I would not have water when I eat. I would have a soda. I would either have Coke or an Arnold Palmer, which is a mixture between lemonade and sweet tea. I would have cake. Sometimes I would even go and buy myself cake. Like, I'm just craving cake and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go and buy myself cake, and I would eat that cake and love it, absolutely love it. Sometimes I'll just go and buy myself ice cream. There is this, ice cream store called Brahms that does these sundaes, and my favorite is the strawberry shortcake sundae. And so if I was having a bad day or just feeling low, that was one of like my pickups. I'll just go and get myself a strawberry shortcake sundae, and my world is all of a sudden better. Not. So that's one of the things that I really did have to kind of stop doing. I decided, one, when I go out to eat, I'm gonna have water. I'm not going to have any sweet drink. I'm gonna cut out soda. So that was one of the very first things that I did. Then I decided that I was going to cook in more, and so actually be intentional about going to get groceries and coming home and cooking for the week. And so I try to make sure that I have food in the fridge that would take me during the week. And so I'm not tempted to go out and eat. Even if I'm not with friends, I'm not tempted to say, oh, I'm hungry, I want something to eat. Then I looked at some of the things that I could eat that would cut down on my calories that I was taking in. And I found out that chicken and fish and vegetables are one of the, healthy things that you can eat consistently to cut down on your calories. And so I made sure that most of my meals had mostly vegetables and chicken. I try to eat red meat very rarely, and then I try to stay off carbs, and I would look for healthy carbs. And so I did things like sweet potatoes. I started doing things like cauliflower rice. I started doing things like squash instead of pasta, which is something that I actually got from Jeanine Amapola's YouTube channel. So if you go online and you Google, is it easier to lose weight through exercise or is it easier to lose weight through eating? I've heard it said a lot, especially when I went and Googled and did a bit of research, that a lot of people say that weight loss is 80% what you eat and 20% exercise. That's not the percentage that works for everyone. What I do know and what I researched is that to lose weight, you need to burn more calories than you are taking in. And to lose about a pound in a week, you need to burn about 3,750 calories. Now, of those 3,750 calories, exercise only takes 700. Exercise in 1 week only takes about 750 calories, whereas eating right and eating healthy will bring you down to will take about 3,000 calories from your calorie intake. And so that's why it is said that, when you look at the ratio, eating will help you lose weight faster than exercise. But I do think that it's a good balance, because you do want to build muscle. I think exercise is important for you to be able to tone your body, to look better, but also to feel better. When you exercise, you just become stronger. You are just generally healthier when you exercise. So I won't go in depth. I'll have a separate video where I'll focus on what I eat during the week, or some of the healthy options that I have, just began to incorporate into my diet. But you can find a lot of information online on substitutions and things that you can replace in your diet. And just things like, instead of having pasta, have spaghetti squash. Instead of having bread or pancakes made out of pancake mix or normal flour, go with whole wheat flour, or go with oats instead, ground oats, or have protein for breakfast, have eggs and avocado, and do chicken and salads for lunch, and then come up with healthy meals that you can do for every single part of your day. And I will do a video on that. But bottom line is, eat as healthy as you can without doing something that you won't be able to be consistent of. The other thing that has really helped me is to have cheat days for my food, because when you're eating healthy, you do miss burgers and you do miss pizza and you do miss all these nice foods. So I decided that Sunday would be my cheat day. Now, why is Sunday my cheat day? I realized that the day that I most consistently eat out of the house with friends is Sunday, because after you've gone to church, before you go back home for your Sunday afternoon nap, and now how frustrating it is when you go to lunch and you're tired and it's like a Sunday and you just want to have a really good meal, but you're on a diet. It is really, really hard. And so I decided to cut myself some slack. I was like, I know Sundays is the day that I'm most likely going to eat out, and so I would just give myself that day off and I would have my burger. Now, what I have done, I will admit that even on my cheat days, I go for healthier options. And so, for example, if I'm doing, a burger, sometimes I'll replace the bread with lettuce, or if I choose to go ahead and have, my carbs and do the bread, I will have a salad as a side, or I'll do sweet potato fries instead. And so those are just some of the things that I have done when it comes to eating healthy. So number 5 is be consistent, but switch it up. Now guys, let me just be honest with you. This mind and this body sometimes has a mind of its own, and sometimes you just have to follow it. Yes, be consistent. Yes, be disciplined, but listen to your body. So I remember when I first started working out, it was during quarantine. And so all the gyms were closed. We had to social distance. You hardly could leave the house. And so I was like, okay, if I'm going to work out, I'm going to have to go and run outside. And then, summer just kept getting hotter and hotter, and then it just was too hot to run outside. Luckily, at about that time, gyms began to open up, and so I went back to my gym, and so I started working out at the gym. And I realized that as I'd been running outside, my stamina and my strength had kind of built, and so I was able to go on the treadmill for longer than I had been able to when I had worked out in the past and wasn't really taking it seriously. Just those times that I decide that today I'm gonna work out, because working out is supposed to be an important thing in life. And so I definitely switched it up. If I got tired of doing something, if I was frustrated with maybe a particular exercise, I'd be like, okay, let me do this instead today. So I remember there was a day that I decided to dance. I did not feel like going to the gym. I did not feel like running outside. I wasn't seeing any progress. And so I was like, what, today I'm just gonna make it fun. And so I went on YouTube and I looked up African dance workout. And so that's what I did. I danced for about an hour and I was sweating, and I was like, that's my workout for the day. Now, this is not an excuse to, if I don't feel like it, I'm not going to go. No, this is a way to keep yourself motivated and to keep it interesting. I remember there was a time that I'd been going to the gym consistently, and for some reason, I was just over it. I was like, I don't feel like going to the gym. It made me sick to think about going to the gym. I don't know why. It was just that particular week, I just felt like meh about the gym. And so what I decided to do is I decided to switch it up, and for like 2 days, I ran outside. 2 or 3 days, I ran outside. And then there was a season throughout this whole quarantine season where I was literally quarantined in the house. I decided that I was going to do home workouts, and for a whole week I calculated about how many calories I lose when I exercise in the gym, and I went online and I typed in weight loss. I went online and I typed in workouts to lose 450 calories. And so I did a 450 calorie workout. Alright guys, so those are just some of the 5 things that I have done on my weight loss and fitness journey. There's so much information out there, so many different things that you can do, but those are some of the things that have worked for me. I also wanted to say that if you stop, if you go through a season where maybe you're not able to work out, that shouldn't be a reason to discourage you or stop you. Get back up and start again. I experienced that in this journey. I had an injury that I got from using the wrong equipment. And so do as much research as you can. I said, just start. But if you are not sure about a particular maybe machine or piece of equipment at the gym, please make sure that you find out all the information that you need. Make sure that you're wearing the right shoes when you run out, wearing the right workout clothes. Make sure that if you are maybe running, that you don't push yourself further than is okay for you, or where you're fit enough to run, because you also do not want to have a situation where, let's say, you're running outside in the sun and you get dehydrated. That actually happened to me one day where I, exercised or worked out in the sun for about 2 hours, and I probably hadn't drunk enough water, and then the next day I just felt like I had a fever and I just felt dehydrated. And so find out as much information as you can as you go along. Stay safe, don't do anything that's going to hurt your body. Alright guys, that is all I had for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am definitely planning to do, some more detailed videos about what I eat, how I exercise, how I go running, but this was just a basic video on what are some of the things that helped me to start and what are some of the things that helped me to be consistent. If you do have any questions, please go ahead and comment in the comment section. If there are things that I didn't, talk about that you would like me to talk about, please go ahead and ask me those questions as well. And maybe I will do a part 2 to this before I do, a video maybe about what I eat or how I exercise. But apart from that, guys, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, the like button, do all the things. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next week right here, same time. Bye.